Did
Did
you
you take your pants and jacket off, Lucas?
Well, like I normally podcast without my pants on, so I had to keep the tradition alive. So
I
I've
actually
thrown
don't
them
think
all
our
out.
friend didn't realise that you were holding your pants up before when you took them off.
So I
um
like disappeared for a second because I was too close to the camera.
so I'm 26, right? And it was only the other day that I realized that the Blink-182 album Take Off Your Pants and Jacket wasn't just meaning taking off your clothes. So, you know, it happens. You need to take your pants off sometimes, and sometimes you need to take off your jacket. And sometimes you need to take off your pants and jacket.
But sometimes you need to start a podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the Not to Get Political podcast. I am Brandozer. I'm joined by the Bomb About to Blow, or Keith.
Oh,
And always joined by co-host, all-around good bloke, top guy, KiwiLucas. How are you guys doing this evening?
Good.
Yeah,
Like
good.
I need context. Where is Keith? Is Keith down here? Or is Keith up there?
Keith is above you, and not for long though. Let's just move you guys around live. We're doing
I
some
think I have
hot
to blow
editing
Lucas.
live. There we go. All right, done. Lucas, you're above Keith now.
All right, yeah. That makes it even better that I've got my pants off and it's just my balls hanging down on your forehead.
Are you? Would you say you're a wrestler, Lucas?
I'm wrestling these balls on the forehead.
Fucking set you up for that one. How's Christmas,
Fucking
guys?
Yeah, still full. I ate
Lucas?
so much.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed Christmas. I thought it'd be a hard Christmas for me, just being away from family and that. But you know, everyone's been awesome and invited me around to do stuff. So yeah, no, it's been pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, I've missed you this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Shame that you're not back. But yeah, gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
People like normally miss me like a hole in their head, so it's good to know people that are actually genuinely missing me.
Yeah.
No, I think
I mean, you can get full on sometimes.
I will be honest. It was really nice last year when you were around in Australia because you were here for a longer. Well, obviously, um, you didn't want to be here, I guess, for as long as you were, but you were here, and I think you made the most of it last year. So it was really nice to see you for that like little bit of extra time around this time of year. But yeah, definitely missing you this time of year this year, and you know, I my heart did go out to you on Chrissy Day because you know it must be hard not being around like family and stuff this year. So I did feel for you, but I'm glad you had a good Christmas anyway, mate.
Yeah. Oh, look, I think it's one of those things where you know every around Christmas you see things on Facebook. It's like send messages out to those people that are alone because like I know how much the messages and calls and that I got from people back in Aussie, that sort of thing. It actually really does help, even if you're like, you know, even if you're not feeling like shit about like being away, people actually just showing genuine concern and care is actually like really nice. So those that sent me messages and gave me calls, I really appreciate it. Thank you. And then yeah, just
Whoops.
think about those. I spoke to both
Did
of
you
you.
not send him a message, Keith? You messaged me on Christmas.
No, I was the first person in our big like group chat to say, yeah, like Merry Christmas, boys. I wasn't like a personal message to Lucas; it was a more generalized one.
Like I had Josh call me, and I think he was like low-key expecting me just to be like at home alone. And I called it. Oh, he called me, and I answered. I'm like in the middle of like Christmas lunch with like 25 other people. I'm like, oh yeah, look. He's like, oh, oh yeah, oh cool. I'm like, yeah, man, have a good day. Thank you very much for calling. I was like, oh, it's cute.
I love that your headset like isn't like cut out. It's just got like your wall behind you.
What are you talking about? Lucas just moved house. He's got a very nice fireplace now.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know
feature
what
wall
this
behind
thing
you. Eh?
is.
Speaking of things behind you, I don't know if you guys realised, but I was laughing before I could see your fucking nice puller. Or Lucas's, I should say.
This is my son, Hasbulla. Lucas, do you want to? Oh, okay. I'll start. But basically, with a few other friends, I know Joe and I think Curtis has been on the podcast, or maybe that episode didn't get uploaded.
Yeah, no, that's the Lost podcast.
There's a couple Lost podcasts now, I swear. Anyway, so basically, we do a Secret Santa every year, and Lucas, we're hoping you'd be there this year for Christmas, but I did get you. So I got you a Husbuller cardboard cutout. I will be using it as a prop in all my streaming content until you come to Australia to collect him. But I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, like my two suggestions when you told me you got it was either you had to use it in like the background of all your like streams and podcasts and all that, or just like, you know, sneak into my parents' house and just drop it off one day and see what happens. And you're like, I'm not doing that. So
Yeah, so clearly the first
stream's
option.
a podcast.
Anyway, so if you see Husbuller around, he'll be around for a little while. He's a lot more stylish than I am. I don't pull off the suit quite as nicely. But here he is.
So, we also probably should, speaking of lost podcasts, we should probably bring up the elephant in the room, and that, like, is this a new season? Because we kind of had like a season break there, or is this what are we doing? What's the plan?
Look, I think this is a new season, or it's the
season break.
I want to call it, because I have big plans, and I've talked to you a little bit about it for 2022 and going forward. So I want to call this the reunion for season 5, and then I want to repilot next year for season 6. So I'm happy to go that direction for the podcast. But yeah, we it's been a very busy December too. So while we are talking about season breaks and everything, I don't know if I've brought it up yet, but I did get a job in retail over Christmas, which has been a lot of fun, but it's been a lot of hours, a lot of late nights, a lot of cranky customers, a lot of delightful customers as well. But it's been a roller coaster. So I'm stoked to be working. Today, actually, just on my way home, I did get offered to extend my contract past the Christmas break. So I'm super happy to stick around. Thank you very much, Lucas.
Well done.
Hey, thanks, Keith. So, sorry, I told Lucas I didn't think I thought you were here when I said it.
Oh, I was not. Granted, I may have been out in the kitchen getting my chili that I have to eat.
Yeah, that's finally happening. That's a little throwback as well.
You know what? While it's in my hand. Oh, that is goofy. What the fuck?
Keep going. Get it all in there.
Hold on, we'll zoom you out at the moment.
I gotta say, I love spice, but I hate the flavour of chili. It's just fucking disgusting.
It's just, you know, sour capsicum. Come on, smash.
Yeah, that's half a chili. You did touch your eye.
Head. Started it.
We didn't choose the size of the chili.
It's not the size.
Did I just bought it?
It's not the size of the chili, Keith. It's how you use it, mate.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
Oh. I have a very average sized chili. Thank you very much, Lucas.
Nice, Kent.
Oh, get that into you, mate. We're just gonna stew and you eating that chili. What would you give it on a spice? What's the spice out of 10 for that one?
Oh, fucking 1.
That's bollocks.
I'm disappointed because I was hoping that you said habanero, right? Or
I'll work my way up.
Next chili bet. We do have another. So yeah.
Chili tolerant.
For those of you who didn't know, this is for the chili bet I had with Keith. The chili was because I did my 24-hour subathon stream, and it was... Keith didn't believe in me. He thought I wasn't going to last 24 hours on stream in a row. I did it. I conquered it, and now, Keith, you have to eat a chili. And I'm disappointed. It's not hot enough.
Fucking disgusting if that makes it then better.
I mean, the struggle's there. It's not the struggle I thought it would be.
What else is drinking? So just something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That watching you eat that chili made me thirsty. I don't know why.
I actually gotta pour my drink.
Well, you got to be like one of the most like disgusting things I've ever eaten.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I was fucking
Yes.
gross. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You can cut that if you want.
Nah.
Legit. Not my podcast.
So yeah, last podcast of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not on our agenda, but you know, one thing that happened in 2021. My hand disappears if I put it over there. One thing that happened in 2021 that you're grateful for, Brandon.
My job. I actually had two jobs this year, and I've been able to get back into a bit of content creating while doing my job. So I'm gonna say I'm grateful for having a job.
Yeah. I got a job this year as well. So, just to have something a little bit different though. Game Train finally kicking off. So, probably my other thing.
It's going to sound really like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but just connections, new connections, new friendships. It's been a good year for, you know, interacting with people. So, and yeah, Game Train as well. We're on our way. We've got some content coming and going, and you know, there's a few videos we've got already filmed that haven't gone out. We've got,
Yeah.
you know, stuff I've
Yeah, it's a
edited.
work
I just
in
haven't uploaded. It's just So, you know, the content creator lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
Either
We all know it
never
too well.
enough or too much.
Now my
I
answer
gotta say,
sounds
Brandon, that
bad.
chili's starting to ramp up a bit.
Oh, I'm glad. Let me know when it becomes a 6, because that's when I'm looking.
Oh, it won't get that hot.
Yeah, I didn't think it would.
It's kind
10
of
out
want
of
to
10
message
made
Jess
me
and be like,
throw
let's
up
go to the
once.
shops and get him a new one.
Just while we're on this topic, I know I'm going to springboard off what you just said, Lucas. Things you're excited in 2022, or things you're looking to do in 2022.
You want to kick us off, or?
I'll kick us off. Two big things is work on my content, so get it to a level that I'm happy with. There might be a video coming early January that I'm going to do that sort of stuff. I'm planning on doing like a goals video on my YouTube channel, or a stream. So one or the other, but they'll both end up on YouTube anyway. And the other thing's my health. I really want to work on losing some weight and getting a bit healthier next year. It's something that I've always been working on, but it's hard, and I know it's hard. So it's something that I'm looking forward to working on next year as a big goal of mine. So that's my two things. So being a better content creator and being a healthier person. Yeah.
Back to you.
What?
I don't know if you realise you said being a better content creator and being a healthier person. You gave us the finger.
I was wondering what you're doing. I thought like you
I
just
noticed
flipped me
things,
off.
Brandon.
There's nothing subliminal. Nothing subliminal going on here. You big fuckhead. But you guys go. Lucas, anything?
Yeah, quite a few of my goals are like rugby orientated. Didn't have the best year rugby wise this year. Just no fault of my own. Just didn't work hard enough. So yeah, 2022 is a bit of a, you know, almost as you've talked about with the podcast, as a reset reboot. It's just a mindset reboot for me. Just work a little bit harder. Hopefully, see myself pushing on to some higher levels and achieving some more goals. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping more. 2022 is going to be quite eventful. Don't tell Jess this, but I completely forgot that we're planning on getting married next year. So I was thinking of like everything else. I want to hit affiliate That's one on Twitch, obviously.
That's something, by the way. Just to cut into you.
You're
That's something I want to see happen before 2022. So you need four more followers.
Yeah, four more.
Guys, anyone watching the podcast that isn't watching Keith's stream, give him a chance. He needs 4 more followers. He has those decent enough views. Link will be in the description. It is my goal. Okay, my goal before 2022 is to get you to affiliate. And I know I said by Christmas.
You also give him a banner, like just give him a banner that says his Twitch handle.
You're asking too much of me. I'm kidding. You'll get a okay. Look, if it helps you get to 50, you're getting a fucking banner. But it's something. It's something I want to do before Christmas, for you, because I know how hard you've wanted that for a long time. And I think it's just one of those things that I'd love to help you out with, because it's about supporting each other.
I definitely talked about just making a bunch of fake accounts to help pump you there.
All I'm saying is, if it has to come down to that, if you're streaming on New Year's Eve, 11:59, and it has to come down to that, that's what I'm going to fucking do, okay?
I think I'll know they're fake as well. I'll just get 4 in a row.
Who's this Steve Dozer and Trevor Dozer following you?
Your brothers I don't know about.
Again, I do apologize to cut you off. So, yeah, your other goals for 2022?
Yeah, so affiliate. Jess and I actually looked at a venue to get married later on in the year. So around September. So get married. We also want to try and get a house, but in the current market, it's very hard. So
yeah.
Got 3 big goals. I feel like there's another huge one that I'm forgetting, and I'm going to kick myself for not thinking of it.
That's all right. We've got a whole podcast here to remember. I will say one other goal I have is to have a fight next year as well. So that kind of comes in with the health stuff. Jake Paul, if you're watching, I'll fucking knock you out, you son of a bitch. But no, in all honesty, just have a competitive fight, MMA, boxing, Muay Thai, not jiu-jitsu.
If we step on the ring, I ain't gotta be competitive, mate.
You going down that quickly, are ya?
I'm the man Monday, the best you ever seen.
Man, I liked him better when he was playing rugby league. No, so I've had jiu-jitsu competitions before. I've enjoyed them, but there's just something a bit more thrilling about having a proper martial art fight. So that's something else I'm looking forward to next year. Jake Paul, you know my details. DM me. All right.
Why don't you fight Logan Paul? Which is the bigger one?
Nah, but look, I would fight Logan Paul, but here's my hot take on the Paul brothers. Logan's not a dickhead. Jake Paul is a dickhead. I think he's an arrogant, piece of shit. I think Logan, as the older brother, kind of stepped out of that, and I think he grew a lot from that whole Suicide Forest thing. Honestly, it's probably not my place to talk about it, being a fucking random guy from Australia, but I think he's grown up a lot from what he used to do and what he used to be. So, I tip my hat to you, Logan Paul. But I will fight you, brother. Random guy from Australia.
Something super off topic, but and in Keith it probably won't make any sense, but I reckon a non-tattooed Jake Paul could play Michael Hooper in a movie. Wallabies captain Michael Hooper. They have the same face. And I think that's kind of why I don't like them.
I like Michael Hooper though. I think he's a top bloke.
Oh, he is a brilliant player.
Lucas is an old back there.
I don't think he's a good number 7. He's played out of position, but we won't get into rugby chat.
That's all right. It's we talk about everything on this podcast.
Yeah, but rugby chat, I just go down a rabbit hole and it takes too long.
Fair enough. Speaking of things we talk about on the podcast, worst segue of the year, I think, guys.
Well done with that one.
That was the most set up thing I've ever done in my life. So look, I'm gonna let a little secret out of the bag here. Yes, I've been very busy in December, but it's also been an amazing month to be a nerd. I think we've just had so much stuff come out, and I'm excited to finally talk about it because it's kind of been bottled up a little bit here. So what came out in December? We had Witcher Season 2. Spider-Man, Hawkeye, Boba Fett's coming out in a couple days. Matrix out at the moment. Ghostbusters comes out in a couple days too.
Matrix isn't out here.
Matrix was out on Boxing Day in Australia.
Is it?
Yeah, when's it out for you?
Oh, as it's New Year's.
Maybe it's New Year's for us. I know Ghostbusters is New Year's for us.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Matrix was Boxing Day.
Yeah, I honestly haven't. Like I probably should be like looking forward to it, considering we you know we've been watching the last couple of weeks, but I'm in no real rush to go watch it. Oh yeah, it's not in the coming soon.
Yeah, it must be out for you guys as well.
Yeah. I thought it was New Year's. I thought that was like, their whole thing was like when the last ones come out was like about the whole New Year sort of fucking. Don't worry, I'm on my own brainwave at the moment. It's
Well, you did peel back the curtain a little bit for something coming in 2022. Because yeah, me and Lucas did watch the Matrix movies together, and stay tuned for that little bonus episode next year. We're going to do some content around some stuff that we've been watching that we're into, so some bonus stuff on the channel. So yeah, stay tuned for that sort of stuff coming 2022.
It came out today for us because Boxing Day was technically a holiday for them, so came out on the 27th.
There you guys go. Do you guys want to tackle anything on that list first? Was there anything I missed that came out in December?
Not that I can think, just
Halo campaign.
Yeah, Halo campaign as well.
Oh, that's a big one.
We can start there if you like, because Lucas, I know you finished it. Keith, you're streaming it at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys are enjoying it.
Quite yet. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Halo.
I'm loving Halo.
Yeah, the multiplayer I find I have to be playing with friends though to really enjoy it. Otherwise, I can play like half a dozen games before I'm sick of it. But if I'm playing with friends, I can play for bloody hours.
I've been similar. I think I've smashed out like a fair bit more multiplayer than any of you guys.
Yeah, missed the level 90 in the battle pass, and I've just hit 20.
I think I've hit 14
I think
or
I'm
15.
94 now.
Fucking hell.
I was playing with Luke today. I have not been playing well the last couple of days either, so that's when it's harder.
Dude, I'll have one game where I'm like practically half decent, and then it's just like the rest of the night I'm off. I'm retired. I may as well retire. That's how bad I play.
I was like, there was a good week and a half stretch there where I was just popping off every game, and I was just like, I can play as much of this as possible, even when I was alone. And I was playing with Luke today, and I was just dog shit garbage. Like, I was just like, I got my 6 games done for the day. Like, for those who don't know, like 6 games is like when you get the most experience of the day. Like, you get 300 on your first game, and then lower for the next 5 games or whatever, and then you only get the same amount of experience for the rest of them. So I played all of those, and then I was just like, I'm like, I think I'm done for the day, because I was just like, I was having good moments here and there, but just yeah, I couldn't hit an aircraft hangar with a rugby ball, that sort of thing.
Rugby player, it's pretty bad. The campaign though, I don't even know like how far through I am, but I'm enjoying it. The grappling hook is definitely like the most like used thing, and your melee. Like,
and you used it, like, from what I've watched you play, you use it a lot less than I do. Like, I was, I was pretty much playing a Spider-Man game.
Yeah, I was doing that last night, like when you jumped off. I moved over to the campaign, and I was going like tree to tree. Oh, this was like quite late on though, when I think it was just me. I
Yeah, 'cause
definitely do.
I was
enjoy it.
watching you for a while, and you were like climbing a mountain, and you were struggling with the grappling hook, and I was just like,
It's always like funny with streamers, right? When they do something wrong or like
Yeah.
cringe in a game, I guess. When they're like not playing the game or they're not figuring something out that's kind of obvious, it's like I feel
Yeah.
bad as a streamer because I'm like, fuck, I just should have figured that out so much quicker, and it's just like, what the fuck.
I do really want to see some more Coach Keith streams next year. So Brandon and Keith working together to, you know,
Keith,
get each other better.
you know what we should do? You know what we should play? I feel like
Yeah.
it'd be a fun game for us to play on stream. It Takes Two.
Yeah, is that the one where the parents get?
I think
What,
that
the
it's a
the-
couple and they turn into like toys. It won
Yeah.
Game of the Year, which we should
Yeah.
talk about later, in the podcast. But yeah, it's the one that won Game of the Year, and apparently it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I never figured out someone I'd want to play it with. Like, I feel like Lucas would be fun to play with. I got a couple other friends would be fun to play with. But I feel like if we did it, it would just like be a different level of a game that we could both stream. Weirdly enough.
Just want to take a little detour. Are we not releasing the last one we filmed? Because we did talk about Game of the Years on our last podcast.
So this one will come out first because I do want to pump this out quick because I'd like some content back on our channel, and then we'll do like a bonus one. So when's this gonna go out? This will go out.
Sorry to break the meta.
That's cool. Yeah, that's. Yeah. So this one will come out first. So if you're watching this, hello, welcome to Not to Get Political podcast. Like and subscribe, and do those nice things. And if you are watching the other one, it will probably come out a few days after, maybe like a Sunday morning or something. We'll figure out a time for that one as well. So. Little bonus episode, but yeah, no, I think It Takes Two would be a good game for us to stream, Keith.
Yeah, I'm keen. I feel like we are two very different personalities when we game as well. You fuck around a lot. Always just like straight to the point. Especially in games like Apex, like every time that we played, you'd just be like stuffing around. I'd be like 1v3ing people and just be screaming at you, I need fucking help. You'd just be in a freaking car, just going around.
Yeah, well, it's fun.
Yeah.
I tell you, no, okay, shut up.
It's frustrating for me.
You can't deny the synergy we had last night. When I was driving and you were shooting on the back of that warthog,
Yeah,
you got
when
about
the multiplayer. I was going to mention that.
You got
I
about
think I got
16 kills, right? 12
on the back of that. Yeah. Oh no, it was 12 in one life because I had a frenzy on it, and then I checked the board at the end, and it said 12.
So
in one life, I got 12 guns.
As much as I fuck around and you're straightforward, I feel like there's some teamwork in there that we can work out as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I just feel like in a game that's going to be like that, purposely doing things to piss me off.
I thought that was Cyberpunk or something, Lucas. Is that just a generic...
Is it Discord the movie?
Discord the movie, eh?
Discord the movie.
Looks like the Emoji Movie mixed with Cyberpunk or something.
Oh, I just thought I'd switch it up.
Alright.
It wasn't meant to be a talking point at all. I was hoping you guys would just ignore it and keep
going. It wasn't subtle enough. Okay, so December, Hawkeye came out. Have you guys finished Hawkeye yet? Have you guys started? Yeah. Oh, you both finished it?
Yeah, finished it.
Do you guys want to do spoilers? Is it too soon? I think Hawkeye's okay.
It's completely up to you guys. So
I'm happy to.
Yeah, because I really want to talk about how that Vincent D'Onofrio's in it, because fuck man, I loved Daredevil.
Yeah, but they wasted him.
Like, nah, he's not wasted. He's still fine. It's all
good. Yeah, he got shot off camera.
Yeah, true. I was never a fan of the Netflix Marvel. Like I've only seen The Punisher, and The Punisher's probably the only good thing I liked. And then 2 episodes of Iron Fist as well. When I was like, I'm not watching any more of this.
Iron Fist is trash, dude.
Which is probably why I'm not a fan of the Netflix Marvel stuff, is because of Iron Fist. Because I gave up on everything else because like I'm over Iron
Honestly,
Fist.
just watch the couple episodes, the couple seasons of Daredevil and watch Punisher, and you do it.
I'm saying like Punisher's
all you need
the
to
best. Is the Punisher in Defenders?
Yeah. No, he's not. He's not in Defenders.
Okay, and then I'll skip that too.
Don't worry about Defenders.
Alright,
Shit too.
fair enough. Yeah, okay,
But,
so Hawkeye. Oh, sorry, go on.
Season 2 of Daredevil is like introduces the Punisher.
Yeah, I saw a few little like snippets. They come up on TikTok actually, because yeah, I just randomly see stuff. We'll get into a bit of a spoiler later.
Yeah, because Charlie Cox has been announced for She-Hulk, obviously.
Has he?
Yeah, so
good on him.
So it was announced in the next couple of days, or I don't know if it's official, but they've said like he'll be in quite a few episodes, and he'll like be, you know.
Well, I think it might be official. You know, won't say anything at the moment, but maybe there's something else that he might appear in.
I pop anytime I see him as you know, anything to do with Daredevil, just because I thought like his chemistry with Vincent D'Onofrio was awesome.
I guess I am just gonna
yeah.
stop you there before we go any further. Everything I did mention on this list: Witcher season 2, Spider-Man, Hawkeye, Boba Fett, Ghostbusters. I think that's all fair game for us to do a spoilery thing about. I'll do like further warnings. Obviously, Spider-Man's the biggest one. So we won't
Hasn't
get
been released in Singapore. I don't know if any Singapore viewers, but
well, if we do,
hasn't been released in Singapore yet.
If we do, just maybe tune out until we stop talking about Spider-Man.
Brandon will put a timestamp in the bio of when we finish talking about it.
How about this? This is way easier. How about instead of that, you change your background when we're not talking about spoilers? How's that for a visual cue for everyone?
This is my spoiler background. Yep.
I love... This is just me being a lazy editor, by the way. I will put timestamps in the description for me spoiling things, but back on topic, Hawkeye. Did you guys like the season overall, and did you guys like the season finale?
I think I think it was solid. Yes, you know, it wasn't like the best series ever. I think Marvel has been doing with their TV shows is like literally just doing really good character development for like new roles coming into the MCU, and like, you know, the lesser appreciated characters, something. So it's cool to see, but I also don't think they're great. Like, they're not the best thing ever, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I haven't hated any of them. There's been parts of, I think, every show that I haven't been a huge fan of. Like, WandaVision, I absolutely hated the first 2 episodes. I just honestly felt like they could have been cut into one. I get like they were doing like the decade each episode. Sitcom style, but I don't think that needed to be that spread out. I reckon that could have been cut into one, and it would have been so much better. Loki is probably the best one, and even then, I'd probably only give it a 6.5. I think all the others have been like 5s. Like, I'm really not a huge fan of TV shows that much. Like, in the sense of the Marvel ones, I mean, like, because I've got 23 or 24 movies now.
Yeah.
And then they've put these like TV shows in. I just feel like I'm not going to go back and rewatch a TV show, whereas I will rewatch a movie, because I might have like the 3 hours is the longest like Marvel movie. If I have like 3 hours and I feel like watching Endgame, I'll be like, yeah, I'll watch that. I don't have 8 hours free to watch a TV show in a day.
Now this is going to be sorry, keep going, Keith.
Oh, that was it, really. It was just
Oh,
like, if I've got
yeah.
like a couple of hours spare in a day, I'll watch a movie, but I don't have 8 hours free in a day to watch a TV show. And like,
This
I won't spread it out.
this is my argument that I definitely think Hawkeye was okay. I think it would be much better as a movie that came out, and obviously it's Christmas theme, but you also had Spider-Man come out at the same time. I think that they would have benefited way more from making like an hour and a half or hour and 50-minute movie out of this, because it does just go over a couple of nights,
Yeah.
um, and just make it like a Black Widow level movie. Um, have it like just play out a bit
Shit.
better. I don't think Black Widow was that shit. I thought it was alright. I thought
It's
it was.
aggressively average without what's her name, Florence Pugh.
Yeah, this was also aggressively average till she showed up.
She's
Um,
pretty cool. I like it.
She was very cool in this, but there obviously wasn't enough of her. But yeah, I think that if this was like an hour and a half, hour, 50-minute movie, I think it would have done way better with me personally. I've heard a few people say that as well. So that's where I kind of stand on it. Yeah, I think it's an okay watch, but it would have been better as like a movie.
Yeah. I feel like the only TV show that wouldn't have been better as a movie would be Loki, because I feel like there was too much in that to be a movie, whereas everything else I reckon could have been a movie.
Yeah, I find it funny also that what you call it, Hawkeye is the only one that hasn't had like, I guess Winter Soldier didn't either, but like multiversal sort of stuff that's in the recent sort of timeline, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's nice though, because I do like the obviously extra with the multiverse and stuff like that, how big Marvel are deciding to go now. But things like Hawkeye and Winter Soldier also are kind of more grounded as well, which is nice. Um, so you
Yeah, I
kind of
think
get a
it's
good
going to be a
balance.
bit too much if every movie or show goes that like multiverse route. I think they still need to have those solid, just like in their own world, or not actually like in their own world, but like just separated from everything else.
This is me like just hoping and kind of predicting as well. I think after Multiverse of Madness, the whole like multiverse stuff is done, and that like anything that's being like changed up or like added to the universe or anything, it's got to be done and set in stone in that sort of movie, you know. So like, for
Yeah,
argument's sake, if they were going to bring in like X-Men or the Fantastic Four, like from another universe, then I think it's going to happen in this movie. And I
yeah,
don't see them doing too much other than like little mentions here and there, because I think there is the wider audience, from what I've understand, like not the the nerd ones like us that are really interested in that. They're only really interested in that people have brought like the Spider-Man sort of stuff that's been brought back into the Marvel universe, rather than like other versions of characters. Like it's not as big, so they're always going to appeal to the wider market rather than a niche market more.
yeah.
I
Makes
will
sense.
And it makes sense to do that.
I will say though, I did read a little bit. I read mainly the headline. Marvel is looking very much into making Multiverse of Madness bigger off the success of Spider-Man and how well that was received. So I guess this is a good like talking point to jump into Spider-Man. No Way Home. Again, spoilers for this movie. I will warn you.
Big spoilers.
Huge spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, and you don't want to be spoiled, this is your final warning. So, 3, 2, 1. Holy shit! They got 3 Spider-Men in the movie.
What?
Good, I haven't seen it yet. Spoilers.
I knew this joke would fucking happen.
I seen an interview the other day. Andrew Garfield said he is not in it. All right, he's not in it.
It's not Andrew Garfield. It's Andrew
Huh?
Yarfield.
I do.
That
love
was
he
that
is
was
committed to that.
terrible. What'd you
I
say,
love that he's
Keith?
committed to the bit. He's fully committed to the bit that he's just not in that movie, and I hope he stays with that for like
Was
forever.
it you that told me about that, or was it something I read on like Twitter or something where someone was just like,
Probably a bit of both.
man, I remember someone was saying, I hope in like 20 years time people are talking about how big this movie was, and he's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't in it. And I feel like, but I don't want that, because I need to know everything, like how, when, why, timelines, specific dates of everything. Like, it's huge what they did.
Oh, it's massive.
They'll do it behind the scenes for it, I reckon.
I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be in the like DVD extras or something for sure. Oh, it's got to be.
Those DVDs.
Yeah, you can still watch it.
Yeah. And Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire as well.
Yeah, he was telling random people in the park that he was in the movie though.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that like for the first time. I pissed myself laughing. It's just telling these strangers like in the street. It's so good. And then like Garfield's like, it was what was it? Singapore theatre, or am I thinking Singapore because we mentioned them before? But like there was a photo or something from like a like early screening that got leaked, and it had like all three of them in it. And he's like, "No, I'm not in it." Like,
yeah, he was telling you that it's just
maybe
really good
polar
deep
opposite.
fakes or something.
Yeah.
And then
But, you know, Spider-Man is probably now one of my top 5 like Marvel movies.
I think it's
I'd
like
say.
it's top 3 or 2, maybe even number 1.
Yeah.
With how just
Wow.
it's huge. So what they've done was bigger than everything except for Infinity War and Endgame. I think it's like one of the biggest things they've ever done. It might even,
I think it's bigger than those two because like we knew that was coming like for years.
but that's why I would argue that they're bigger, is because they had 10 years of story to get to that point. Where, of course, this has had longer, but it's been broken up and a lot of things happened. Man, just their reveals in the movie was just so, like... My cinema popped both times. Like, they both cheered.
Yeah. I thought twice as well.
And did they cheer both times?
No, there were a couple of people that, like, made noises. The second time I saw it was actually, like, louder than the first. Granted, I didn't see it the opening day. I think I saw it Friday night and then Saturday. Actually, no, sorry, I saw it Saturday night and then Sunday morning the next day. Like, Jess and I went and saw it together on Saturday, got home, and we just both went like, I want to watch that again. And we're like, do you want to see when it's on in the morning? And went with, like, first session next morning. It's a good movie.
So, can I talk?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
I feel like this is my hot take because I think I've said it to you guys as well. I don't think it's actually a good movie. It has got like some amazing, like, you know.
That's the thumbnail, by the way, Keith. Just the what?
Yeah, I like, until like, you know, the whole just until Toby and Andrew showed up, I was kind of just like, this is incredibly meh, you know. And
I
then,
get that. I feel like the like nostalgia of it boosted it a lot.
I disagree a lot.
I loved all their interactions and stuff. I just it didn't feel structured well enough, and it's me, like, honestly, like, being a movie snob, I think I've been like well too, like, you know, we've got so much to look after. Like, it's still in my, like, I know, top 5 sort of Marvel movies and that sort of thing, but I know a lot of people, and like you said it before, Brandon, like, this is the best Marvel movie, but I can't put it as my top Marvel movie, and I think that's where I'm like in this disconnect.
I will argue that yes, it has pacing issues. I think But I still think you take away Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, I think you still have a really well structured Tom Holland Spider-Man story. Obviously, especially in that second half of the movie when everything's happening, and even towards the end of the movie when, again, if you're still listening, spoilers. You know, he uses the spell. He like sacrifices his relationship with his girlfriend and his best friend. None of the Avengers know him. He has his own apartment. I think it's a really, really good coming of age. Spider Boy is becoming Spider-Man kind of story. He's got his own apartment, and that's why I still really like this movie, because you take the two other Spider-Men out of it, and it's still a good Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, I'd argue.
You know where they missed a massive opportunity?
What?
Getting the building manager for the.
Oh,
I was just about to say that.
I was saying it to my brother, because he opens the door and the manager, whoever is off screen, he goes, "Hey, rent's due on Tuesday," and I just whispered to him, and I wanted to shout it at him, but I was in the theater. I was like, "You get your damn rent when you fix this door." And yes, yeah. But Willem Dafoe, let's just talk about Willem Dafoe a little bit. Lucas, I know you're a massive fan. The holy shit when he says, "I'm somewhat of a scientist myself." I know a few people cringed at that line, but I was like, nah, these guys know what they're doing when they're making movies. Please do more of this, because it was so funny.
Why was that?
Because it's a meme that's come from the first movie where he's like, I'm somewhat of a scientist myself. And he literally said the same thing.
Yeah. Well, Tobey Maguire did the same thing in the, prepping for the final battle. When his back was hurting, he's like stretching it out. And I just like went to Jess and was like, "My back." And then he's like, "Oh, my back's a bit stiff."
Even Dr. Octavius, I know he said it a few times. I wish he just said it once and that was it. But he literally goes, "The power of the sun in the palm of my hand." Like, I wish it wasn't his driving character trait for half the movie, but he was very...
Yeah.
It was a nice throwback to some nostalgia, I guess.
Yeah. Can I just... I don't know if you guys thought this as well, but from the trailer when... yes, obviously not spoiler warnings for this. Yes, it is. Never mind.
What the fuck are you doing spirit fingers for? Whoa, Lucas!
Curtis says, "See you, Curdy."
Oh, I thought you broke it because you had a very big expression on your face, and then it all went to shit in the podcast. And I was like, "What the fuck did you do?" I apologize for blaming you prematurely, though, mate.
Yeah. So when
the limit for 3, I guess you've got him on host privileges or some shit.
Yeah, Cody's a big boy in this Discord.
Fair enough.
Sorry,
so
Keith,
when
back to your point.
MJ's falling off the Statue of Liberty in the trailer, and you see Tom Holland go after it. When Jess and I watched that trailer together, right next to each other, and I just turned to her and said, "I bet you Andrew Garfield comes in and saves her there." Even though Tom Holland's actually on his way down to her, I was like, I bet he's not the one to save her. Garfield is, and that'll be his redemption arc. And Jess messaged one of her work friends that really likes Spider-Man. She's like, "Oh, my husband said the exact same thing." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" I thought I was really smart for thinking that. But in the cinemas when that happened, Jess just fucking burst into tears when Andrew saved her. It was such a good moment. But
Gwen Stacy, though, okay, as much as I don't like, and we should do this on another podcast only because we have so much to talk about and we're still on Spider-Man. We should rank the Spider-Man movies. I think The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think I've said it before, is a terrible Spider-Man movie.
Why are you renting them?
What? I said...
You said we should rent them.
Rate them, I should say. We're not renting Spider-Man movies. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
You guys were just giving me shit for buying a DVD before. I didn't even buy one.
We're going to Blockbuster at this point. No, so yeah, I think we should rate the Spider-Man movies. Amazing Spider-Man 2, I'm going to say obviously my last place. But that scene, the Gwen Stacy scene, where like the web actually comes out to her hand, and I think it's a really, really like touching death scene in the movie. And as sad as it is, obviously it is a nice redemption in this one when he saves MJ. So yeah,
It's crazy. It's crazy to say, but like, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was probably the worst movie, but it had the best visuals of any of the movies. Like they knew what they were doing visually for.
yeah. My
Spider-Man
favorite
movie.
part was Blue Electro when he falls into a vat of eels.
It still looks good. It's still like everything is done like creative. Like the way his suit moves and shit like that. It's ridiculous, man. Like like the movie had major flaws, but like stylistic choices and how they actually made shit look.
I will. Okay, I partly agree with you, but I think Harry Osborn's Goblin was fucking atrocious anytime it was on the screen.
Oh yeah.
I don't think any.
All I have to say is Harry Osborn's Goblin in fucking the first trilogy.
How dare you ruin? How dare you dismember James Franco like that? He's been through a lot, damn it.
Yeah, he's not friends with what you call it,
Seth Rogen
for obvious reasons now.
Yeah, let's not get political with the James Franco debacle.
I didn't even know about that.
Allegedly,
He's got legal trouble. He's got legal trouble.
Yeah, alleged legal trouble.
No, he's got legal trouble. He doesn't have alleged legal trouble. He's got legal trouble. There's alleged things being put against him. He's definitely got a legal trouble.
Anyway, back to Spider-Man. I will say that obviously the movie, like the production reasons, it's probably going to be a bit of a tangent, but obviously the production reasons for why certain Avengers don't show up, like Hawkeye, for example, who's in New York, or Falcon, or Captain America, whatever you want to call him now, who's in New York, Bucky, all these other Avengers that should be around. Why they're not around? Obviously, it's because it's a Spider-Man movie, not an Avengers movie. I have
Bucky ended up building the boat.
Yeah.
Bucky and fucking.
How long does it take to build a boat? 6 months.
That they were overseas at that time. Well,
But
I assumed that they were the same.
But not a single
time
other
period.
hero to come join this battle. Like
Yeah.
They're all planet with Nick Fury.
that was 2 years ago. Oh no, it was.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you are right.
No, they definitely say in the movie he's off planet.
Okay, that's another point that I have later. But I just don't like this kind of in-universe weirdness that is where's this character, or why aren't these guys helping out, sort of thing. It just doesn't make the most sense to me.
They're just like, he can handle it.
I suppose, but like,
He went and just visited
Strange.
Doctor Strange. None of them were like coming to visit him before that. They was like, yeah, Spider-Man can handle it. Peter Parker can handle it.
yeah, fair enough. The other thing that you did mention, I completely forgot about now. Actually, that was another tangent I was going to go on, but I forgot about. Never mind.
I thought you were gonna bring it back up, like you'd forgot about it before. You're gonna bring it back up.
No, I
forgot
forgot.
what you're talking about.
No,
Okay.
you sat there like you didn't know what I was talking about, which you don't, because I don't. You mentioned something before. I can't quite remember what it was. I had my finger on it, but oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
I will. This is my last tangent. I do like that we are catching up, because obviously Endgame, the 5 years later, it's 2022 or 2023. So I do like that this movie had no time skip. You see exactly what happens straight after Far From Home, and then it goes through there, and it's probably like over the course of a week or something, this movie, or like 3 or 4 days, whatever it ends up being.
I think it's a couple of days.
Yeah.
So I do really like the fact that there's no big time skips at the moment. We're trying to catch up to like 2023 in universe. So I did like the fact that we saw directly after Spider-Man 2. But yeah, sorry Keith, you go ahead.
Yeah, so on the prediction, I think everyone predicted it by the sounds of it. And what we're talking about earlier, things that we're looking forward to next year. For Love and Thunder, I really hope my prediction for that comes true. It's a bit long, so I might save it for another thing or something, or a separate video. But after predicting the Spider-Man one. I can go into it if you want.
Is it like a sentence, or did you write an essay for the movie?
No, if you're not going to talk about it at all.
Hold on,
No,
I wrote this. I wrote this 7-page essay on Thor: Love and Thunder. Let me just read it to you guys now.
No, it was going off what we were talking about earlier, like the things that we're keen for, and I remember I said that there was one thing that I'd thought of but I'd forgotten. It was Thor, because I'm a huge Thor fan. I've got a Ragnarok poster up on my wall, like behind the cameras and lights, so you can't see it. But yeah, it's just a prediction about Gore the God Butcher, who's going to be the villain in the movie, like how he comes into it and everything. Do you want me to go into it?
Yeah, go. Just fucking bang it out quickly. Give us
Yeah. So, Grandmaster, Jeff Goldblum's character, still shitty that Thor and Hulk fucked off. And remember in Ragnarok, he didn't remember his name, like Thor, obviously. So he's going to hire someone to track Thor down to kill him, but he doesn't remember who he is. So he just says that he's a god or a lord of thunder, and he can summon lightning. And so Gore's going to go after every god that uses lightning. And what other god that uses lightning is also in the movie is Zeus.
Electro.
So I think he's going to go after Zeus,
Iron
thinking
Man.
he's the one. And then he's going to kill Zeus to show how strong, Gore is. So then Thor's going to have to fight Gore. Thor and Gore.
With
That's
Flash.
going to get confusing. So,
I do like your
it's just
theory
that.
a lot, and I'm on board with it. But also, I hope Beta Ray Bill's in the film. He was cool.
Yeah. I think the thing you also got to remember with Love and Thunder is Taika Waititi's directing it, and so it could go anywhere. Like,
I want it to be a bit darker than Ragnarok. As much as I love Ragnarok and think it's a perfect film, I don't need a Ragnarok 2. I'd love a bit darker in a Thor movie.
What, like the first two?
No, well, like
literally the dark world.
Look, if the first two weren't shit movies, they'd be good movies. But
They are
had wheels, it'd be a bike.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. I don't know. Thor's one of the most powerful characters, right? And I think there needs to be put some respect on him. I know this one, obviously Jane Foster. It was announced that she becomes like Lady Thor or Thor.
Yeah.
Maybe put some respect on her as well, and just like have some fucking sick Thor moments that happen. So as much as I love Ragnarok, I just kind of want more of like a Norse god movie. Maybe I should just go play God of War, because that's what I want.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that game's
Also,
fucking amazing.
on the Thor conversation, I know this is getting a bit off track of what we had planned.
Welcome to the podcast, Keith. It's what we do every time.
I was reading some stuff about comics the other day, and it was about Null, who is the father of all symbiotes. It was like a Venom, like how he's going to come into it, and saying that this guy's could be the next like Thanos level threat. And so he's the god of all the symbiotes. So Venom coming in and everything could bring this guy in. He also created like the Necro Blade, which is what Gore's going to be using, like his weapon. And Null is actually the one that used the Necro Blade to sever a Celestial's head, which is now Nowhere, which was in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So there's quite a bit of like backstory there to like eventually bring him in. I don't think he'll be the next one, but I sort of really want to see him coming in.
Sony owns it.
Yeah.
That's your big
To be fair though,
going, like, as much as it's they're not going to introduce like the big bad of their separate franchise in another franchise. I don't think.
Yeah, I think Sony, obviously, if they have a chance to do it, it's with Sony, because they do have that Spider-Man relationship now. One other thing I will say,
they can't make good movies, and they're just like,
why not?
Sell our movies more.
Why not just give Marvel? I know like Disney just want to like pay for it and own it and make all the money, and they were kind of the dicks before the third Spider-Man movie came out, and they were kind of trying to strong arm Sony, and then all that happened. But why not? If I was Sony and I was just like, we have a half decent Venom universe. We have a pretty under average. I haven't seen it yet. But no, so half decent Venom universe, or maybe not, according to Lucas in the last one. Yeah. We have an under average Amazing Spider-Man universe. Everybody wants to see like a Logan style Tobey Maguire Spider-Man solo movie too, by the way. I don't know if you guys heard that thrown around.
I haven't actually, but that wouldn't be too bad, like an old man Spider.
I don't.
The other one is finishing the Amazing Spider-Man trilogy as well. People are campaigning for that.
Well, I'm going to be honest.
Andrew Garfield was really good in Far From Home. I thought that was his best performance as Spider-Man. Like,
yeah, I think he went all out though. I think he did go all out in that one.
Yeah, I was never a fan of Andrew Spider-Man.
What?
Like in his movie, I was never really a huge fan of like Andrew in those like in his movies, but in Far From Home, I really liked him.
He wasn't in Far From Home.
No Way Home. Sorry, not Far From Home.
Deep fakes.
Yeah.
I will say, I still think Tom Holland is the best overall Spider-Man, personally. I know it's a very divided, hot topic at the moment, but I think, Tom Holland wins that one still, definitely.
I want to say, Tom Holland is fucking ripped.
Yes.
I didn't realise how fucking ripped he was. Like, I knew he'd be, like, semi-muscular, but he's fucking, like, jacked.
Yes.
He's a gymnast or whatever. Oh, he was before.
Yeah. Like, obviously not the size of, like, Hemsworth or anything, but he's fucking, like, yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that before people start thinking I want to suck him off.
Cool. Well, we got a title for the video. Keith wants to suck off Tom Holland. Oh no, we can't use suck off in the title, so I'm going to say milk.
Spiders.
Fuck.
All right, we've kind of been on this sort of like the movies and all that sort of topic. I know we haven't talked about like most of it. Do we want to talk about Witcher season 2? Like, have you guys finished it?
Look, I'm halfway through. I'm enjoying it. I know a lot of people who've read the books aren't, because they've changed a few things. I'm looking forward. The books is something that I want to read maybe next year. I think it'd be a really cool thing to do. But Henry Cavill's fucking awesome, and the show's really cool. So that's where I stand on that so far.
You wanted him to be added to the like canon podcast list of cool guys, eh?
Oh, I do. I think he's top 2 so far. I guess no. You know what? Number 1, Henry Cavill. Number 1 coolest man on earth by far. Man, he can build my computer for me any day, more than anybody else.
It's like watching him in like interviews. It's just like so good seeing that there's someone like so accomplished and like looked up to that is just a complete nerd as well.
Have you heard the story he says in the interview where he almost missed the call to be Superman because he was playing World of Warcraft?
Yeah, they're like, oh, did you hear the phone ring? And he's like, yep. I just ignored it. It's so good.
That's
the biggest role of his life at that time.
Literally the most, I believe, statistically, and this is a few years ago now, Superman's S is the second most recognizable symbol on Earth. Thank you.
McDonald's M?
No, behind the Mickey Mouse Disney's Mickey Mouse head. So I believe it's Mickey Mouse head, Superman S, and the cross are the 3 biggest in that order. I could be talking out of my ass because it's just something I randomly heard, but I believe that's a true statistic. So take that with a grain of salt. Also, Lucas, thank you for changing your background. We are spoiler free.
That's why I was asked.
Yeah, so welcome back everyone to spoiler free. Henry Cavill's coolest man on earth, I think. Keith, agree?
Yeah, definitely up there, if not number 1. only because of like so many like overlapping like interests and everything.
Being
Yeah.
jacked and being a massive nerd.
I had this conversation with you off stream, Brandon, but like, as much as I think he is like super fucking cool, I think to a lot of the outside public, he's seen nerdy from those things. So I think that's where he kind of, that's what brings him down that little bit. Well, that's why I reckon he's on par with Jason Momoa.
Look, I disagree. I think this might be a 2022 like fan audience vote. We're going to have a cool human list, and by the end of the year we'll do like a fan vote or something. We'll figure out who's the coolest human on the planet. So far I think it's Henry Cavill though.
Yeah.
But no,
I reckon I'd much rather spend a day with Henry than I would Jason. Not saying I wouldn't enjoy a day with Jason, but I think it's
you want to
because
spend a day with Tom Holland.
No, he wants to spend an evening with Tom Holland. Spider-Man 4, How to Milk a Spider. I'm so sorry, everyone.
You're forgetting about, like, I was looking at logos and stuff. Everyone says Nike's number one. Nike and Coke.
It might have been like pop culture or something, but I don't know why I would have thought the cross then. I don't know. Maybe I was talking out of my ass for that one, so thank you for pulling me back into reality.
It's probably like a Facebook sort of thing, and they're like, yeah. Because, like, none of these can agree on what the top is. Like, I've got this one's McDonald's, Nike, Las Vegas, Hollywood sign. It's all.
It sounded good when I said it, so that's why I said it. I'm gonna believe you. All right, thank you, Lucas.
How the Hollywood sign can be a logo.
It's pretty iconic, I guess. Yeah. It means hope on my planet. I'm sorry. No, the S.
But yeah, no. So we've been super off topic again, but yeah, Witcher season 2, pretty good. Couple episodes that drag on a little bit. I won't spoil anything for you guys because you guys haven't seen it all. So, and the spoiler background's gone. So,
yeah. Obviously, I want to play the games. I really want to play Witcher 3 when it comes. Like, has the PS5 port. And read the books. I'm invested in the universe more than just the TV show now. I want to get into The Witcher, like as much as I got into Final Fantasy VII, or Dragon Ball Z, or Star Wars, or Lord of the Rings. But like it's one of those universes where, I'm kind of more invested in, and I want to be like further involved as a fan, sort of thing. So. Yeah.
Are you doing a segue at the moment? Is that like?
No, I just wanted my one a week done. I was happy with my one a week Final Fantasy VII reference.
I thought you were segueing into the best games, movie, TVs, Game Awards of 2021.
We can do that if you like. It sounds like a fun little topic.
I was trying to see it. I thought that's what you were trying to do, and then I thought you were just slowly butchering it more and more. And I was like, do I have to help him here?
That's why I saw your face light up. I thought you were just gonna come in over the top and be like, "That's your one a week, you're done," and I was gonna be like, "Yep," but no. Okay, so obviously last podcast of the year, we haven't been too active in December. 2021. We'll do a little bit, but what have you played this year? What have you enjoyed? What have you watched? Best kind of pop culture moments, or best things that you've seen or played. Go. I guess obviously the biggest one is Halo. Halo's back. We've all enjoyed Halo. We've talked about it a multiple amount of times. I will say, Halo is definitely the game that I love single player story games, but if I come home and I'm just like knackered and you guys are on or something happens and I can't be bothered playing for too long, Halo's the best game to jump on and just have a couple of rounds and shoot out, I think.
Yeah, they're not long rounds either. They're like 15-minute smacks. They may not even be that. They might be 12.
I think it depends on the mode.
Yeah. But it's definitely good just to jump on, have a few. I'm extremely glad that they took that extra year and like delayed the release, because even just like the renderings, I don't know if you guys have seen like photos like side by side from like what the game looked like a year ago.
Fucking brute.
Yeah, yeah, it's like night and day difference. I'm extremely glad they did that rather than drop a game like half finished, like really buggy. Battlefield.
So you said cock then. I was
Yeah, I heard
I
cock
went
cock
to say like
too.
cough cough, and then I actually sort of like choked up a bit. I was like,
You went to say cough cough, and then we're thinking about Tom Holland.
yeah.
uh, um,
But yeah, nah, Halo's a great game. Game of the year for me, I reckon. Not that I've really played many new games
That's-
this year. I haven't had much time.
yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, I bought a PS5 this year, and I've played one game on it all year. Or sorry, technically two. But yeah, it's been such a busy year for me that I haven't actually had time to play too many games, which is why Halo's coming out at a really nice time where that used to be Overwatch for me. I used to be able to play like half an hour or 45 minutes of Overwatch and be content. Now I never want to touch that game again, so Halo's kind of replaced that in a nice space. So really enjoying Halo.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Custom games is gonna take that to a whole new level as well when that finally comes out. I'm really looking forward to that, because like Halo 3, what, 2007, 2008, even 9, when they were like, around, just come home from school, play that till dinner. And
I hope
just
that
so much
drops
fun.
pretty soon. To be fair, because
Yeah.
I guess it will probably drop with season 2, which should be dropping in January sometime. I think.
Yeah.
They will start to lose momentum if
Oh,
they're
yeah.
not like they've been pretty good with like updating stuff and putting like new game modes and well, not really new game modes, but just like making game modes more accessible and all that sort of thing. Right? So
Yeah.
here's hoping they stick with it for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we want.
The micro transactions are probably the only thing that annoy me. I understand that it's like a free to play game and that's how they're making their money on it. I would much prefer to pay like full retail price for a game or for Halo and just be able to unlock all the cosmetics. Like even if they're extremely hard, it would give me something to grind towards.
You know what is kind of funny? I do see at work a fair bit is people coming in to buy Halo, and it's obviously consumers' right, buy what you want. I still do like physical disc media as well. Like I've been talking about this all year that I do really enjoy physical disc media, but I don't understand why you'd buy Halo when the multiplayer is free and you have the campaign on Game Pass, and it's like technically a free to play multiplayer game, and there's that grind there
the
to it as well.
multiplayer is free. You don't even need Game Pass
But
to.
what I'm saying is, you buy the game, right? And so that's $70, $80, whatever it might be. Then you have to, if you want to progress in the multiplayer, obviously it's free, but there are microtransactions as well. So technically, yes, it is a free game.
I'm pretty sure the physical copy gives you like extra levels in the battle pass and shit like that. Like it's got extra rewards and stuff.
That's not enough, honestly. Like
it's not, but it's like the money you would spend to buy a physical copy is basically essentially what you'd buy if you spent that same money in the game.
See,
it's stupid.
I'm okay with it, but I think there needs to be more, because I think there is still a demand for physical copy, but maybe this is their way of saying, no, we're going digital in the future. But I wish there was more of an incentive to still buy physical copies of games. I think Halo is one that maybe I'd like to just own, because it's going to be cool to have a copy of Halo, but there's no incentive because I can just get it on Game Pass for $10 a month.
Yeah. I'm the same as you. I actually much prefer having a disc, but because Halo's on Game Pass for free, I got the digital. There was no point for me to go out and get the disc.
No, not at all.
I'm going to be the other one. I'm too lazy to change this. I bought myself a new TV like yesterday, Boxing Day sales sort of thing, and like to fit it on my desk, I have to like put my Xbox in behind my TV, so it's even more of a
Yeah.
like, struggle now. So not having disc is good.
Yeah.
Like I bought one like physical game this year. Actually, I think I bought two games this year. I haven't actually told you about the second one, but I bought Zelda Skyward Sword, which I really enjoyed, which would be one of my. It's not one of my best games of 2021, but it's one of the best games I bought because it's one of the only ones I bought. It was just fun, dumb fun, but I actually bought Cyberpunk a couple weeks ago in the sales.
Oh, I was actually so hoping when you said that you hadn't told me. I was like, "Come on, Battlefield."
No one should buy it. You should return your fucking copy of that.
I enjoy it. It is
You don't
far from
look like
perfect.
you're enjoying it.
It's far from perfect. It has a lot of like wrinkles like to iron out, and I'm really surprised that they haven't done more to like iron those out yet. And that's what bugs me. But like once it's a complete game, it will be great. And like they should have done what Halo's done, is like wait a year, delay it, and just fix everything, and it would have been perfect.
I think EA.
Same Benjamin Button, the wrinkles are staying.
Yeah.
Is that a line from a Kid Cudi song or something?
Probably. I don't know.
I think
like Mr. Kid Cudi.
EA just a company that just don't give a shit, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
Where they'll just be like, oh, it's not working. Oh well, fucking sell it. Like, unfortunately, like they'll never learn their lesson. I think Activision are a similar boat as well. It's just I don't know what it is, but just some companies really just you know what, this is our date for our video game, and they delayed Battlefield a month. And based on the beta that we both played, like I had fun, but I think it needed a lot more than a fucking month to come out for that one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're having fun, but I had fun in the beta. I had no interest in buying the game though, so.
Yeah, no, it definitely needs a lot of things, like not just fixed, but a lot of things added to it as well.
Well, let's be real. I bought Cyberpunk a year after it came out, so maybe I'll buy Battlefield a year after. So hold on to it, Keith. I might.
Yeah.
Keith,
I've still got Battlefield 4.
It was on sale for $30. It's the only reason I bought it.
Yeah, $30 already. Wow.
No,
I mean it's a
was
year
on sale,
old.
like a one-day sale on Steam.
That's not bad for a year-old game, I reckon.
I mean, when you see like GTA and stuff like that.
Oh, I've
like
seen
$100.
GTA. No, I've seen GTA go on sale for like $22.
Yeah.
GTA
Talking about
5.
Steam.
Yeah, Steam.
Steam.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it's copy it like eBay or something.
Yeah, but even then, you can get those at like Big W and shit cheaper than that, I think.
Yeah.
Brandon or something.
No, I'm just looking. Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said hold on, so like.
Oh no, I was just
stop talking.
GTA. No, sorry. GTA 5 is $23 at the moment on Steam. Yeah. Also, JB Hi-Fi have really good prices for video games if you come in.
Big W is cheaper though.
Nah, we price match Big W. I'm probably gonna have to edit this. I don't know. I don't know the parameters. I don't like talking about my job and my content in the same space. I guess it's just weird.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I guess I'll just do it until people tell me not to. It's kind of my motto.
I just told you not to do it, so now you can't do it.
Yeah, sorry. I'll just keep doing it until someone important tells me not to.
Wow.
I'm kidding. You are very important. See, you got an important background, Lucas.
Really upstart background.
I'm sorry, mate. You're important to me, okay? We talked about it at the start of the podcast. Do you move on, or should I? Other things, 2021. Obviously, we talked about a lot of them. Spider-Man. What else did we talk about? Witcher. Boba Fett's coming out. I'm trying to think of like middle of the year. Anything exciting? We had a fucking Olympics or something this year, I guess. I don't know. Anything else exciting happen?
Oh, we did have Olympics this year.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
The Tokyo one. I got engaged. Jess, I'm extremely sorry I forgot to mention that earlier.
I didn't want to bring it up. Like when you were talking about your 2021 like things you did, I was just like,
I was like, oh yeah, I got a job as well.
I thought you did get engaged. Sorry,
Yeah.
I know you got engaged. I thought you said you got engaged.
No, I said
no,
that
you brought up
I was,
having the wedding.
we were hopefully getting married in 2022, but completely forgot to say that we got engaged in this year.
Yeah.
So, whoops.
Anything else in pop culture? It's been such a weird year. I'll stand by it. Lucas, I think we talked about this on the Forbidden podcast coming out next week. I think 2021 was a shit year for video games compared to the year we just had. I think 2020 was one of the best years in video games we had in a long time. Any one of those games that like was nominated for Game of the Year last year come out this year, they win 10 out of 10 times. I just think that unfortunately, like the biggest thing that happened was COVID. Got obviously like the aftermath of
Round
the beginning.
2.
Well, even just the aftermath from round 1, you're finally seeing those effects. I think delaying things, so which is shit house, but it obviously affected the games industry. I think 2022 is going to be very strong. God of War, Horizon Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Final Fantasy 16, which got delayed till 2022, or we're getting some more information in 2022. There's more than one. I don't understand. There's 16 video games. I get to mention one each. What else is in 2022 that I'm thinking of that you guys are excited for? A new Spider-Man game or new Logan game? I know one of those two are coming out next year. Fucking Star Wars KOTOR remake is coming out.
Yeah.
What else? Trying to think of other things. I can't. That's all like the Sony stuff I saw. There's not too much Xbox news I've seen. Not that they make. They got the Bethesda now, I guess, but something I'm not really into. Starfield coming out next year. Or is it 2023?
I think it might be next year.
That'll be good.
I'm keen to give that a shot. I reckon that could be cool.
Dude, this is my favorite thing about Games Pass is I can just give that a shot, and then when I know I'll get bored in 2 hours, I'll have no buyer's regret because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, so like the year and a half that I wasn't working, buying a game didn't matter to me because if it was shit, I could just take it back.
Yeah.
Like, within the 10 days, because I'm level 4, you get the extra 3 days from 7 to 10. But now, like, I need the like Game Pass sort of thing to like keep me going because I work like full time. I only get a couple of hours afternoon, and like even then I don't play every day. It's like I need that extra time now. So like Game Pass is great for me at the moment.
I was gonna flex something, but I can't reach my wallet. Level 5, got it a couple months ago.
There's a level 5. I thought they only did that once.
Nah, it's like they randomly do the top spenders, which doesn't make sense because I haven't spent anything in any games.
I'll flex on both of you. I work at JB Hi-Fi.
I think I bought one thing in EB Games in the last like 3 years, so I don't know how I ended up with it, but I got sent a level 5 card, and I was just like, "Yo,
I think
this showed up."
I think as soon as I accepted my job offer, EB Games like scoured me from their list. They're like scrubbing my name off their list, snapping my cards. It's just like, you are the enemy now. We drink your blood, and I'm just like, yeah. That's what I'd like to think happened. What really happened would be like, who the fuck is this guy and why is he emailing us?
Yeah, so
Go on.
I got a gold card. It's fancy. That's about it. Came in a little box.
So, one more big topic I'd like to talk about. I think this is going to be our most hot topic. Heated, very steamy, no puns intended at all. There was a tweet last week that our good friends at Pornhub released on Twitter So basically, 2021 year in review, most searched video game characters on Pornhub. I'm going to see if I can pull this list up on a website and bring it up on the
Oh, you
podcast.
dragged it off here.
Yeah, I don't know what I've done here. Hold on. There we go. Alright, we got it back there. So if I do this, and then I do... how do I paste here? Nope, can't paste it.
Let's be real. Brandon got like most of these people into the top sections. Like
How,
he definitely got. Yeah.
how dare you be
Teachers
so
in there.
be so accurate?
Yeah. Oh, good on Link. Link got in there. Is he the highest dude on there?
Well, hang on. Let me try it.
No,
You guys
no.
keep talking. If you
Okay.
guys go from
Oh, yeah, no, Mario.
if you guys go from bottom to top, while I pull this list up, no pun intended there.
Ruby from Fortnite. No idea who that is. Don't
Eats
play
the cup
Fortnite.
wave.
Nah, come on. If the cartoon thing was my taste, it would be Labour. She has a fat ass.
Here we go. We got the doc up here. So
Isn't Tiny Tina a kid?
I think
No
she's
idea.
an adult, but she's just tiny.
Okay.
I
hope
hope
so.
that's
That's-
yeah. That's what I'm gonna think anyway. That's
Question: would Katana have her face cover on?
that's Melina.
It is too. Never mind then. Alright.
So okay, so
I do know an OnlyFans chick that did like a Melina, what you
Cosplay.
call it, Halloween dress, yeah, Halloween cosplay, and she had the makeup with like all the teeth and that, and
Yeah.
did a scene. So not my thing.
Bowser from Nintendo is a big one. Like that's pretty full on, I think.
Worst one on that list for me would be Argonian from Skyrim. It's a lizard.
I'm gonna say the worst one on this list for me is Gardevoir because it's a Pokemon.
Yeah,
you
I'll just
fuck up,
yeah.
Will.
Pikachu as well, two above Gardevoir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
I'm gonna be honest. Oh, sorry, you go, Lucas.
I think Gardevoir's more acceptable than Pikachu. To be fair,
That's such a fuck
I
up
don't know
thing to
what
say.
Gardevoir looks like. So
it's more humanoid.
Hold on, we'll
None
pull
of
up
it's
a.
good.
I mean, I think it gets.
Chun-Li,
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
Chun-Li's
yeah.
tasteful.
yeah.
I think that Chun-Li's very respectable, but she was also a character in Fortnite this year. So do you think that drove search results up at all?
I'd say so. Looking at the list, there's two Fortnite characters on there that are actually like credited to Fortnite. I have no idea. I didn't even realize that there were characters in Fortnite.
Who's Ruby? Who's the other one from Fortnite?
Jules, 3 above.
Jules.
Uh,
I'm
Ruby's the
unfamiliar
fourth last.
with these people.
They're both after like, you know.
Alright, so we'll go.
Also,
After
Abby
the-
from The Last of Us. Is that the girl?
I think that's the other one from 2.
Oh, I was gonna say because isn't Abby a little kid?
That's Ellie. But I think in
Oh.
number 2 she's older.
Yeah. So Ruby from Fortnite is very much just like a redhead. Oh, sorry, not a redhead. A red wearing Latina girl. So
It's respectable. It's a respectable search, I think.
There's
Nothing wrong.
Misty from Pokemon. Ashley. Graham from X-Men.
Keith, I really wish you skipped that because I tried so hard not to bring that one up. All
Which
things
one?
Misty from Pokemon.
she's a kid.
She's 13 in the anime.
Is
So,
she?
yeah.
Actually, yeah. Ash is.
I guess if you're looking at cosplays, I guess this makes a lot more sense as a list. But if you're
Yeah.
looking at like, the search results for what they are, I guess it's a bit like, how you going?
I mean, this whole fucking thing is.
A bit how you going. Look,
There you go.
it's
Yeah.
also very funny. Anyway, we passed Chun-Li, so Link is full on. I think there's a lot of
Oh,
girls. I think there's a lot of girls that cosplay Link though, because they like the elf attire. So
I'm gonna say, yeah, there's probably a lot of them that are like dressing up as Link but thinking Link's a girl.
Yeah.
wasn't that the meme like before
Well, I
memes
think that's
existed?
Zelda's Link.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that was the
Sorry, I
meme.
think Link is Zelda. Sorry, other way around.
Because that was the meme before memes existed, right? It was like the Legend of Zelda, and you're playing as Zelda or something.
that was the big thing for when they dropped the first Breath of the Wild trailer, as they showed Link with like longish hair, and they're like, "Oh my god, they're actually making Link a girl this one." And like, they're like, "No, he just has long hair."
You do see all those articles. It's like it's finally time to make Link a girl, and it's finally time to make Link a whatever, and so on. So, but not to get political, but I think Link is Link. um, there's nothing wrong with Link being Link either. Like I don't think he needs to represent you. I'm not the biggest Zelda fan, but I think Link. I've never put myself in his shoes. Like I've never thought that I was Link and anything like that. So I think I've never had a problem with Link how he is, but I know a lot of people do as well. So I don't know.
Jules Fortnite is kind of like an Asian, tattooed sort of. That looks like they're trying to do like Polynesian in style, but it's also mechanical styled. I don't know. Yeah.
Had me at Asian, lost me at tattooed.
she's very cute
What
girl
else have
though.
we got?
Well, we'll go.
Ada Wong from
Oh.
Resident Evil. I have not played a Resident Evil game, so I don't know who that is. Brandon?
I've only played Village.
Christ,
know who-
he's higher than Claire.
To be honest, you know who's not on this list from Resident Evil is I forgot her name, Lady Diamatru or whatever her name is from the Village. The 7 foot tall with the dress and stuff. I know there was a lot. Resident Evil Village did come out this year, so I know there was a lot of cosplay and a lot of quote unquote love towards that character.
To be fair, I reckon she probably would have made the list. I reckon like a lot of people would have been like, big titty Resident Evil chick, which
Big titty vampire lady.
Yeah, there would have been a lot
let's
of.
be honest, like you didn't even know like how to say a name, so a lot of people wouldn't know how to spell it. So
And
I think,
I've actually
it's
played the
going off
game
to-
too.
Yeah, because I think like looking at these names, there is not a single one of them that is hard to spell.
True.
Or you're definitely looking it up, knowing what you're going for.
Yeah.
Bowsette always makes the list on these things, and it makes me uncomfortable.
I haven't done
Why?
research into that. I don't want to.
It's just like do your own research, everyone watching at home. Anyway, my girl, my girl made the list. Got some representation for the Final Fantasy simps in the fucking community.
I've never played a Final Fantasy game, but I've seen many cosplayers cosplay her, and it is.
We'll be honest, disappointed with 6th place. I thought that she would be a bit higher in the list, but with the remake coming out last year, I could imagine that she was higher in last year's list, and there's just some residual searching this year. We do have top 5, so don't spoil it because we are going in order here. At number 5, Princess Peach. Respectable?
Yeah, I suppose it's because it's a huge franchise. Not really.
Bowsette got in there, so there's no way that like Princess Peach is not the more like acceptable of that. franchise.
The fact that you use the word acceptable is very funny. Also, just barely edging out, no pun intended, Tifa from Final Fantasy. Very close race between those two there. So, anyone's game, I guess. Number 4, Jill Valentine from Resident Evil. From what I've been told, very, very cute waifu from the Resident Evil franchise.
Comes up as first search if you search Jill in Google.
I think, is she the one that they made into the movie character? Or is she...
Yeah, there's a movie version, I think.
She's played by, I can't remember the actress's name, but she looked like one of the...
Mila... Oh, fucking what's it?
Yeah, is that her? It might be someone else.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. I haven't watched all those movies since like they first came out.
I've never seen them. I thought they were just bad video game movies.
So she's not in the movie. She's meant to be in the reboot that's coming out, and she's being played by the chick from the second Ant-Man movie.
Huh.
So there you go.
Okay, number 3. I think this is the best answer on this list. Is Super Mario. Yahoo!
Yeah, fill them pipes. Yeah, I was like, when you said no spoilers, I was just like trying to answer Princess Peach as like as normally as possible, knowing that Mario was coming.
Well, I don't know, because it's Super Mario. Mario, it's a me, I'm a coming.
I have a feeling like Mario and Peach would share a lot of scenes.
Keith, I don't know why, but I seriously thought that you were about to say I don't know why, but I have a feeling that I searched this year.
Oh no, God no! Trust me, sweaty like Italian plumber would definitely not be one of my searches.
It's a me. I'm coming inside you.
I really hope there's actually like like the stereotypical like porn, but it's like Mario and Peach, and it's just like, oh Mario, I need you to
fix the pipes.
Oh, if anyone's watching and wants to do their own research and conduct some studies for us, let us know. Maybe not in the comments, because we got to keep them a bit clean, I guess. DM.
Anyone wants to do that scene for us and send it to us.
I was just about to say, why don't you two do it? Make a fan video. How many likes does this video have to get for you guys to do that?
I can kick you from this podcast, kids.
I don't know what Keith is doing. I just feel like the whole Tom Holland situation, now he wants us to reenact some Super Mario stuff. Keith, if there's anything you need to say to us, we're here to support you, alright?
You just asked us like to make porn. You want to watch us?
I didn't say I'd watch it.
It was highly implied that you would watch it. I think I just spat everywhere, by the way.
You spitter, are you, Brandon?
Is Diva a spitter? She's a number 2.
I get Diva.
Never played,
I get
Overwatch. So, Brandon, yeah, this is your specialty.
You look at, if you Google Diva, I get it. It's very waifu looking.
That, like he hasn't searched it before. I fucking know he has because he said he did the other day.
Look, I'm responsible.
No, I've searched it. I said I've seen videos of it.
No, Brandon.
Oh shit! I just outed myself. No, again, cosplayers.
Yeah, that mech that she flies around in. Whoo, boy, that's a hot mech. It's a hot robot, if you ask me.
You can easily chuck a dildo attachment on that mech.
Fucking hell, Lucas, you just went in so fucking hard. No pun intended, by the way.
But I'm not into like the cosplay stuff at all, anyway.
But
so
you're into dildo wielding mechs.
That could be interesting.
Maybe that's why it's so high. Maybe it's why it's so high in the search list. Something different. And number 1 most searched Pornhub in all time this year, Lara Croft.
It still surprises me.
It's a respectable first place, I think.
I'm agreeing with Lucas on this one. Very surprised.
Yeah, I mean, there's no... I believe the movie's coming out next year. She hasn't had a game release this year, I think. Still a very respectable first place, but not what I would have thought would have made first place.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Unless it's, this is more... Who do you think searching this? Is it our generation now that it's just like... grown up and wants to search this, or where do you think they're coming from here?
Yeah, probably our age and younger, I'd say.
I reckon older.
Older.
Well, I don't know. Do you guys remember Tomb Raider? Were you guys a bit too young? I remember
The
Tomb
movies
Raider.
with Angelina.
Oh, the movies definitely, but the games.
Yeah. I've never played
They're
Tomb Raider
searching up
game.
Womb Raider now.
That's a fucking bit. I know that's a bit and someone's used it already, but it's still funny, damn it. Look, I may have searched for at least 2 of these, and I'm not going to tell you guys which one, so...
Oh, it's Tifa and Diva.
Yeah. I'm not agreeing with saying, yeah, the 2 I've searched. They're the 2 that Brandon has searched.
No, you just searched for fucking Brandozer and KiwiLucas, haven't you, you dirty dog?
Yeah, live action Mario and Peach.
Live action.
Speaking of live action, we still have that bet going on for Mario, don't we?
We do.
What was it? Are you eating one if it's shit?
No, I'm saying it was shit. I'm saying under 60...
I think it's going to be shit house.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I reckon the movie is going to be shit house.
You did not.
I feel like there was an under-over in there somewhere.
I believe I was under either 60 or 65%. I'm safe and you eat a chili, and if it's over 60-65%, you are safe and I have to eat a chili.
Yeah, I vaguely remember a percentage like that now. Yeah.
We'll go back, but I think it's something like that.
I think I was saying it's not going to be good, but then we said, like, what defines good? And I think we said, like, the 65 and over is good. So
60
that's
of
when you
audience
eat
score as well, I think.
I think it has to be audience score. I can't really trust the critic scores anymore.
Yeah.
Trust either.
Yeah.
Well, apparently both critics and fans aren't liking Matrix, unfortunately, which sucks because I'm still gonna go see it regardless. But
I'm honestly surprised they came back and did one.
I mean,
you see, it's weird. The first review I saw was like overwhelmingly positive, and I was like, "Yo, sweet!" And then ever since then, it's just been like, "This is fucking dog shit, garbage." Fucking.
I've been very similar. There's one guy I follow, who was like, "Yeah, the Matrix is gonna be awesome," and then everyone else I follow, because I don't watch like normal reviews or like studio reviews and stuff like that. I won't go to IGN and stuff, but I watch movie channel on YouTube or someone. I just feel like it's a bit more personal. I like that. And I've been very similar as well, where the first person I followed was like, "Yeah, this is the best," and then everyone else is like, "It's pretty shit," which sucks, but yeah.
It's got a lot of hype to live up to. I think like perfect example for me is like we watched 1, 2, and 3 this year. 1 is probably one of the best movies I've watched this year, which is funny.
2's okay,
but
and
like
then 3 sucks.
2 and 3 aren't actually that bad, and I think they like 3 gets a huge like poor rap just because it's not number 1. And I think anything that was going to come after was never going to live up to number 1. Like it would have had to have been amazing to do it just purely to beat the hype. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still think 3 is the worst, obviously. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's very good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not that cool.
But I'll still get C4 because I'm excited, and
Yeah.
obviously they've
I
got
was
a lot
bored,
of
but, yeah.
lot of stuff to work out in the 4th one. So yeah. Anyway, I think it's about time to wrap up this week. It's been.
Yeah, me leaning back has nothing to do with it. I'm just not comfy. Or I wasn't comfy. No,
Well, I hope you're always comfortable in our presence, Lucas. And if we never make you feel uncomfortable, or Keith wants you to make a porno, please let us know and we'll resolve these issues.
Yeah, you did ask about like getting a video of like someone having their dick sucked before. Oh no, that was Nick asked you, didn't he?
Yeah, Nick
Okay.
asked for a video
Okay.
once before. Yeah. Never understood that.
It sounds fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, hello, Nick.
Hi, Nicholas.
You still waiting on that video? You'll be waiting a while.
That honestly sounded like you were going to send him a video. And I was just like, what?
They're like a line from like a cheesy 90s movie.
Hey, you want to see the video?
You'll be waiting a while.
Yeah,
No, guys, it's been a pleasure to do this once again. Thank you very much for being here, 2021. Last podcast. Woo! I'll be streaming over on Brandozer a couple nights this week. Keith, you'll be streaming on The Bomb About to Blow. Lucas, I'm sure you'll be there for both of them, so we'll see you as well. All our socials and links will be down below. We'll get your face cam up maybe. One day. When we're playing a game that we need your face cam up, I'm sure I'll put it up.
No, do it for one like you absolutely don't need me and I don't add anything at all. I reckon
like a very like story based single player game where it's me connecting to my audience through the video game.
And I'll be like reading what's it called? Like sign language prompts, and I'll start doing like
you will give up very quickly and just start like jerking off the air and putting up like the middle finger. I already can see it happen.
It would be like 3 hours of this if you're playing Final Fantasy, just like...
That's exactly what I'll be doing.
Yeah, this is shit. This one.
Guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much again. Everyone watching...
For having me.
Oh, don't worry about it, Keith. Anytime.
Sort of disappeared.
All our social links will be down below. So follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, those places. Game Train will be down there too. Make sure you check those boys out. They're doing really good things. Bye guys.